Welcome into Gamesthetic episode 247. I'm Alex Live with Sparky3. Hopefully you're having a phenomenal day today, whatever day you are watching or listening. I got another recorded episode for you today like last week, but this time I got John with me. John, buddy, how you doing after being sick recently? I know that feeling. How are you feeling?
Better this week. Still not 100%, but
there you go.
You know, today I can actually talk without bursting into coughing fits. So
trust me, I feel you.
Can actually be here this week.
Yeah. No, I feel you. No, and we appreciate you being here on this recorded episode because for the recording sake and people listening, like any clips, this is being recorded on February 13th, the day after the State of Play, which is really the only thing we're going to talk about today. Is going to possibly be a shorter episode, just kind of finish up this week, move on, got some other content to come out and stuff. Next week we should be back to normal, I would think. Let me look. That's the 21st. Should be back to normal and be live that day, as well as be live on the 28th, which for the 28th. I should be talking about Resident Evil Requiem, so shout out to that. I will be picking it up, so I'm looking forward to playing it and talking about it. And I gotta say, from the trailer and the State of Play, Capcom confirmed that Leon is in fact infected, and I feel like my yearly prediction could be on the horizon for people, and we have to personally kill and shoot Leon. That's my prediction. Let's see if we're right here in just a couple of weeks. So, last week was the first ever solo episode I did because I was just like, I'm going to record the content anyway, so might as well just make it an audio episode, Because my big thing is I didn't want the audio listeners to have multiple weeks and be like, God, what happened to this show? It just disappeared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw when you uploaded it, I looked at it and I went, oh, he finally did the solo that we've been talking about.
Yeah, no, and if you actually watch the video, it's basically I have inserted in that full episode video the separate videos that were getting uploaded, with the same video footage and everything of the gameplay and stuff. I just basically inserted it into the full episode because it's gonna be a clip anyway, So it's might as well. No reason not to. Like I said, I just didn't want the audio listeners to have multiple weeks of nothing and be like, what happened to this show? The show's dead. It's no, it's been a weird schedule. We've been sick.
Yeah.
And busy.
Yeah. It's one of these. It doesn't happen every year, but once every couple years, we get out of commission for about a month and a half.
True. It was a joke for the longest time that me and John was always sick for the Game Awards.
It was usually a December thing.
Yeah, normally, yeah. And, for me, it was November to now. For you, it was just now. So, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to getting back to normal schedule. Like I said, live next week on the 21st. Live after that on the 28th, talking about Resident Evil Requiem. Today will just be State of Play, and we'll go through the weekly wrap-up and call it a day. So hopefully it's a shorter episode. Get on out of here on this Friday night. John, anything you want to shout out before you get started? I got something to shout out myself, but what about you? You got anything to shout out?
I didn't hear words you said for the last 15 seconds.
Got anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to shout out?
I don't think so in particular. Well, actually, I guess I can mention it. I can't talk about it very much because very, very little time on it. It might be a long time or over a long period of time that I do it. I did pick up Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined.
Oh, nice.
And have started it very, very much at the beginning of the game because I'm still easing my way into getting back into playing games.
Yeah.
But I am trying to pick up games as they come out that I'm excited about or I know I'm gonna play this year.
Yeah.
So I did pick that up, got it downloaded and started it, but it's probably gonna be a slow burn playthrough for me where I just pick it up every now and then.
Yeah.
And play it.
Nice. I'm currently trying to work through my drowning backlog of games that I want to go back to or start or whatever. So actually, no, it hasn't been posted yet. It'll get posted tomorrow. So last week's Gamesthetic Game of the Week, I did make Alan Wake 2. I did beat Alan Wake 2. And phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. That game is night and freaking day to the first game in terms of the overall quality of it. You know what I mean? Night and day, two different experiences, which you would hope so. They're 13 years apart, But dude, it was so good. While Alan Wake is, if I'm being generous, a 7 out of 10. If I'm generous, Alan Wake 2 is like no contest. It's at minimum a 9. At minimum, it is phenomenal. Just like the visuals throughout the game, the way they approach different concepts and scenes, the music is amazing, and just like all the set pieces throughout the game is fantastic. There's a whole portion, a whole chapter of the game that's like just a giant musical. A musical number. It's super random and out of left field, and it's super super cool. I also appreciate the constant back and forth between game footage and like live action actors footage. Like it's such a great game. Like the story is so much better. Alan Wake 2 is phenomenal. I have not played the 2 DLCs yet. I need to do that, but I had a great time with the second game, and I can't wait for the third one. I'm all in. I'm locked in now. I'm locked in. I'm here to go. I will also tell you, I'm still working my way through it, but I started Don't Nods, the original Life is Strange creator. I started their game, Lost Records Bloom and Rage. I did start that.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that as like a get around to it game.
Yeah, so I did start that. I gotta say, it is a slog so far. It is taking, for me at least, it's taking forever to get to the point. You know what I mean? Like I understand, I understand what they're trying to accomplish with where I'm at in tape 1, of where it's like trying to really establish to you how these 4 people became like really close friends as teenagers over the span of just this one summer. And the plot takes place and stuff, like the big shit, I get it. I understand what you're trying to accomplish, but oh man, it is, to me, it feels like a slog. If you love and adore slice of life stuff, then I feel like someone would really, really enjoy this. I'm in a position where it's like, I see this style of game. I see it's like, playing Life is Strange games and playing games like this, I would like to have a major hit point to come quicker. You know what I mean? At least one.
Yeah.
I mean, the original Life is Strange had it with obviously how the game starts, the girl with the roof. I mean, it hits you kind of quick. This is taking forever.
You're more like, I get what you're doing. Let's get there.
Yeah, let's speed it up.
Or it's like it would it, because I've been seeing this a lot in like some shows I've been watching, and then I've been thinking about it in like past games and stuff. Would it have been better if it kind of started out, hit you with that, and then went back, hit you with like a major plot point, and then you go back and you're like, how did we get here?
You know what?
Yes. And then you play up to like halfway or like to the end of tape 1, and then you catch up to that intro sequence.
Actually, yes. I think that would have been phenomenal. I didn't even think about that. I think that would have been phenomenal for this game. Because I am like, I think 5.5 hours in the game. Yeah, I mean, I've got a little bit of a chunk into a game like this. I will say maybe an hour is idle time. So roughly 4 hours into the game, the actual story. And it's just like, in terms of present day stuff, I just got to the point where one of the other friends came to meet us. And it's like, she doesn't want to open this package yet either. And the package that's not spoiler. Like, that's literally the whole start of the game. It's like, hey, we got this package. We need to figure this out. Like, and I'm like, guys, you're killing me. Get to the point. Like, I understand what you're trying to do. Get to the fucking point. Like, I need something to happen.
Yeah, there's taking your time, and then there's just fucking dilly-dally.
Like, and honestly, you saying the way that you said it, like, I feel like if we would have immediately kicked off the game with like maybe like a 10 to 15 minute like game sequence of like something happening later, like key plot points, and then bring us to everything I'm doing now, I think I'd be fine with 4 hours of idle storytelling.
Yeah. You have something exciting coming up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I know I have exciting stuff coming up just from like word of mouth, and it's Don't Nod, but it's like, guys, you're taking forever to get here. Like, guys, God, I'm about to drop this game. I have other things that I could play.
It's like, don't make me put this back down and say I'll get back to it.
Yeah, and then never get back to it. So I'm working on it. I'm trying. And still, speaking of Don't Nod, I did also finally download and start that Banishers Ghost of a New Eden. That is going to be a solid 7 out of 10 game. I mean, like, the gameplay is a fine 7 out of 10. This is gonna be a fun gameplay type game. You know what I mean? Story is gonna be fine. Everything about it's gonna be. I'm gonna have a good time with this, but it's not gonna blow me away. So I started that too, and I'm looking forward to getting further in that. But other than that, I'm trying to hit other backlog stuff. I'm working on it. I got such a drowning backlog, and I've got my first release coming out in 2 weeks, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
I've got my backlog. We're coming up on the time of the year where we've already kind of hit the games that I'm excited about coming out.
Yeah,
but there's a lot more coming in the next month and a half for me.
Yeah, you got Solasta soon.
And I haven't played a game really.
Yeah.
In 2.5 months.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
The period where I planned on going through my backlog, I actually went, you know what? Maybe I don't play games for a while.
Yep. Just take a break, decompress, get ready.
It's been nice, but man, I'm gonna be thrust right back into it.
Right? Yeah. Get thrown right back into it, dude. For me, I don't know what's going to be a game that I'm willing to kind of start right now with Resident Evil around the corner. Because, like, I really want to jump into Octopath, but I know that's a commitment. Like, I know that's a long one. I know that's a commitment. So I'm not sure if I'm going to jump to 0 right now. Have not decided. Or if I'm trying to hit these games that are like 10 to 20 hours. You know, just kind of knock them out, move on with my life. So I don't know. Anyway. Hey, you ready to jump into this state of play?
Yeah.
All right, state of play, February 12th, longest state of play in history. Shout out. All right, we haven't talked about the full state of play. We were messaging a little bit yesterday. How'd you feel about it? Do you think it's meh? I mean, like, can you see objectively how it can be good? I mean, what was your key takeaway?
It's one where when I look at it and I'm like, this is the longest state of play, and then I look at what we got. I'm like, we kind of fucked around a little bit.
True.
With some of these announcements. Overall, like the first half did nearly nothing for me.
Yeah.
The first half of this was not exactly for me. The second half was pretty backloaded. Just in general, but also for like my tastes or things I would have probably been excited for.
Yeah.
So it's one where I come around. I don't think it was great. I think it ended fantastic.
Mm.
I think the later portions of it were really good, but it's kind of a middling showcase for me.
See, that's how I feel. Like, I think objectively, I think the number one takeaway objectively, if you're a Konami fan, your life is phenomenal. Like, that's number one for me, is that I took away from it. If you are a Konami fan and you are a fan of all these Konami properties, your life is great right now. That was the biggest takeaway to me.
Yeah, it's one where like I don't play Konami games really, so I'm like, we got a big section of it all about Konami, and I was like, I mean, this is cool for fans of this, but that's not me.
Yeah. No, I mean, like that's where objectively I can say it's great. Now, you said it ended fantastic. I was going to ask you, with God of War Trilogy Remake at that, and then the Shadow Drop of Sons of Sparta.
I always expected it to be a remaster.
Okay. So
I always expected the remaster, so when it popped up Remake, I got very excited. And then when TC Carson showed up, I got really excited.
Okay, so this was huge for God of War fans.
Oh yeah. For God of War fans, this is. You may not have seen it. My algorithm has been flooded with God of War fan reactions.
Okay.
To the trilogy remake.
Okay, because this is what I wanted to know.
Remaking the trilogy is one of the most exciting things because one of the harder things to do right now is go back and play the original versions of the games, just because they're so far back and Kratos has come so far since then.
Yeah.
But the story and playing through it, every God of War fan has extreme nostalgia for that.
Okay. So like
plus like I said, TC Carson showing up and being introduced as like the OG God of War. Man, it's fantastic.
Okay, so that was one of the biggest things that I was wondering as someone who is a new God of War fan. Like I saw this announcement and I was like, "Oh, remake. That's cool. That's great for me. Let's go, dude." But then I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, "Man, how much did God of War fans pop off because I feel like while this is really cool, everyone also kind of wants the next chapter of the story."
Well, we want the next chapter,
Yeah.
but it's also we want to go back and revisit it,
Right.
or and revisit where we came, or like where it started and where it came from. Because yeah, the old version of Kratos is pretty much a one-dimensional angry character.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, those games are fantastic,
Okay.
and
Okay.
and it's one where like I'm gonna keep bringing it up, but as I love Christopher Judge in this new iteration, or this newer iteration of Kratos,
Yeah.
TC Carson is my Kratos
That's fair.
that I grew up playing.
Yeah.
I've played
A lot of games.
I've played 6 or 7 previous God of War games with TC Carson as Kratos, and it's like that's the Kratos that I grew up and remembered. And like I said, I love the new iteration of it, but going back to it, I've recently been wanting to go back and play the original trilogy,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, he
It's
said that, yeah.
now in development, so it's gonna be a while before we see anything on it. But all I'm trying to do is imagine what it's gonna look like now.
Yeah. Which that's fair. That's fair.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's a super exciting for me.
Okay. See, I knew it would be an exciting thing, obviously. I mean, remake of the trilogy, that's cool. I think any God of War fan would be excited. I was just wanting to know how much, because like I said, I didn't know if like, hey, I'm kind of curious how John's going to take this, because I know he's going to be
Well,
excited, but I know everyone
well,
wants the new chapter. So this is great context for me, because I have
yeah.
not seen the reactions.
Well, think of it this way, we said in our favorite games of all time.
Yeah,
God of
yeah.
War 2018 topped that list for me,
Because
and I
of-
put
yeah.
God of War 2018 above Ragnarok because, like we've kind of stated, I feel Ragnarok is a fan of for fans of God of War 2018.
Correct.
God of War 2018 is for fans of God of War,
There you go.
and getting to go back into that trilogy with a fresh take, fresh gameplay, and everything. That's gonna be fantastic.
Okay. All right. Cool. Right on. Yeah. Like I said, I was excited for it because I've never played them to the fullest extent. I've never completed any of the three. They just weren't in my. I wasn't a big PS2 player growing up. I was GameCube #1, Xbox 2. So that was me growing up. So I have touched on the games, but never beat them. So when I saw, I was like, oh, this is great for me. I'm excited. This can be great.
Yeah, very exciting. It's one of those things where it's like right now it's a little harder to like kind of find the way to play them unless you go back to previous hardware.
Yeah, that or get the PlayStation Plus, which I did try God of War on PlayStation Plus whenever they introduced the classics catalog and that whole thing happened. Whatever, it played fine. I felt like, I mean, for streaming,
I've never tried like the streaming in that. And
Yeah.
it's one where I'm always a little hesitant to recommend.
Yeah, no,
that without
I
having
agree.
tried it.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. No, I played the first God of War just to test the waters, and it streamed fine. It was fine. I didn't really have any issues. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited for that remake trilogy, because I'm a newer fan, so this is great for me. It's almost in a way, it's kind of similar to how you felt about the trails. It's like, you wanted to get into it, and it's like, oh, remake's coming out, I'll wait for that. Cool. And it's like me, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a newer fan to God of War. I want to play that trilogy. Oh, cool, remake. I can't wait.
Yeah, for you, especially like knowing your backlog of that, I'm like,
yeah,
I would be like, yeah, wait on it. It's like for it, but like in general, it's one where I'm like, I always recommend going back and playing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I remember, Brady, he's also a diehard God of War fan like you, playing all the originals growing up. And I remember he didn't have a PS3 and I did. and we got our hands on God of War 3, and he came over. I think it was for my birthday, and he beat the game in a single night.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't have a PS3 either, but I would buy I would buy whatever the latest God of War was, whether it was God of War 3 or God of War Ascension, and I'll go play it at Zach's house.
Yeah, because he had it. Yeah, that's exactly what Brady did too.
he had the PlayStation, so I would buy it and go hang out and play it at his place.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what Brady did. So yeah, that's dedication right there for a franchise. But then also you got the long rumored Metroidvania 2.5D game, The Sons of Sparta, and Shadow Drop. That got a lot of pop from people.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet, just because I haven't had time yet. I'm not a Metroidvania fan, but I'm a God of War fan.
So you're gonna make it work.
So I'm going to play it. I've looked at it a little bit. It looks fun. It's gonna be one where I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see how it is. If nothing else, I'm excited to see what they've come up with story wise for it.
Yeah. I think it's like $30, so it's not bad. Nice little pickup. Nice Shadow Drop.
It's $30. All I've seen is like people praising the quality of the game as well. So it's one where it's not a bad deal. I don't know how long the game is.
Probably like I said, 10 to 20.
Yeah, it's like I'll pick it up at some point and play my way through it.
Yeah, good time to be a God of War fan.
And also confirmed, not all they're working on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it brings to the question, like, what's going to be the next thing to release? Like a spinoff, like, based on Atreus, the next chapter, or this trilogy? Who knows? They're working on a few different things. Who knows?
They've got a bunch cooking right now.
Yeah. Sony's gonna Sony Santa Monica. You go cook.
Even this Metroidvania 2.5D game, it's like it was introduced in the showcase by TC Carson as a passion project.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just like, hey, had part of the team that just wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So we let them have fun with it, and then we're working on everything that we could be right now.
Yeah.
Sony Santa Monica is about to be we're about to be eaten real well in the next couple of years from Sony Santa Monica.
Facts. Yeah, it's like we've talked about before. With Sony, they have those few studios that you just leave them alone and let them do their thing. Sony Santa Monica, Insomniac, and I would say Naughty Dog are three. Just let them go exist. Let them cook. They
sit quietly for a while, and then every 6 months or so, Sony calls over and go, "Hey, how's it going? We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next time."
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Hey, and 6 months later, hey, how's it going? How's next year sound? That's all we needed. It's all we needed from you.
Works for us. It's kind of even like leading up to this state of play. It's like there was so much question. Oh man, is the state of play going to have the release date for Wolverine? And Insomniac came on Twitter. Nah, spring 2026. That's what you'll hear from us again.
It's like before the showcase, me and you were messaging, and you were like, "Is it finally time for God of War?" That, and I was like, I would like to say yes, but I'm not going to hold my breath because it's a weird time to announce it.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it's a weird time to get these announcements, but you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That just
something to look forward to.
Hey, it could be in a couple months we get another announcement from them being like, "Hey, we told you we weren't done."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we got Summer Game Fest coming up. There'll probably be a state of play then. So hey, yeah, I mean, we got some more stuff coming. It's all good. No, looking at some other stuff of the state of play. What did you think about John Wick? Because I thought it looked. I know you're a fan of the movies. So like, what did you think about this game? Because I think it looks sick.
I was hesitantly optimistic when it was doing the introduction thing, and then when it started showing the action portion of it after they finally revealed his face, because I caught on instantly that it was John Wick. Because it's been rumored for a while now.
Yeah,
but it's also one where it's like, as soon as I saw the suit, I went, "That's John Wick."
Yeah. No, as soon as we got the range shot, I knew.
I was kind of sitting there, and I was like, they're actually doing it. How's it going to look? And then they started showing like some of him throwing people around and fighting and that. And I'm like, just make it feel like John Wick and we're good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you make it feel like it.
Yeah, it's like just make it feel half as good as the first time you watch John Wick, and you're gonna have a fucking fantastic game.
See, and I think one of my favorite ideas behind this game is, obviously it's not confirmed, but we can probably assume that Keanu probably did all those stunts because he does all the stunts for John Wick. He did all the motion cap for Johnny in Cyberpunk. So it's like all these stunts that we saw, he probably did all of them himself.
More than likely, he did everything.
Yeah, so Keanu's a legend, man.
I'm gonna be, I'm gonna look forward to it. I'm excited about it. If nothing else, it's gonna be a dumb, fun action game.
Facts. Just turn your brain off and go be John Wick for a little bit.
That is gonna when that finally comes out. That's gonna be the turn my brain off, dumb, fun action game that I'm gonna have a blast playing.
Yeah, facts. Hey, I was gonna ask you, what were your thoughts on this? How shocked were you to see Kenna get a sequel? With the Kenna Scars of Komosa leading off the dirt.
Let me put it like this: when the showcase started, it was like 3 seconds into it, and I looked at my phone. I went, "Kenna Bridge of Spirits got a sequel?"
Okay, because that was my mindset too. Like, I know it did well, but I thought it did just fine as like a standalone game. I'm excited for him getting a sequel.
I didn't realize that it did that well. From my perspective, I thought it was one where it was like they just said it was successful, but for me, I just assumed that was like, yeah, enough people were curious about it. I didn't realize that it must have been really successful.
Yeah, and dude, this one has from what they showed, this game's got to have such an insane budget compared to the first game. The first game was that true. Hey, I think that was a debut game for Ember Labs. Cause it was. So it's hey, debut game. It did well. Whatever. We're gonna increase your budget. Here's a fat check. Go make a new one. So I love that, dude. I have yet to play this the first game. I've always wanted to, but now that I know we got a sequel and coming out this year, I've got to make playing Bridge of Spirits top priority. I got to, because I've always wanted to play this game. And the new one looks so much bigger and more expansive than the original. So I'm really glad to see that Sony gave them the green light to hey, we're going to let you do a sequel. I'm glad it did well enough to support that. That was such an incredible shock at the start of the show.
Yeah. No, it looked, let's put it this way. It looked good enough to where I was curious about it, maybe potentially playing Kenna Bridge of Spirits, because that's a game that I never really had an interest in.
Yeah. I've had an interest in it, but just never got around to it.
I gotta ask you about one of these games.
Okay.
Because I'm curious. I'm curious about your take on it.
I think I know
which one. I am so torn on how I feel about this game.
Okay.
What's your opinion of Project Windless?
I knew that's what it was. The one that's based on a book series, by the way, which I love that. I love that we're adapting book series as games.
I didn't know it was based on a book series. I just saw this and I was like, what is this?
Why are we a giant chicken? Yeah, no.
The character came down and went, that's a cool giant chicken type character.
Yes.
And then it looks really cool. And then the gameplay starts and I go, that doesn't look like anything I enjoy. And then they show a little bit more of it, and I'm like, that part looks fun.
Yeah.
I don't think I enjoy this.
I like when I was watching it, one thing I liked is the big war stuff. I saw him walk up to the ledge. I'm like, oh, if you let me go fight in that war, I'm gonna love this. And it shows him jumping in. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm here for this. This looks like a super high depth warrior style game that's not just generic warriors where everyone flies in the air and disappear. This has some detail to it.
That's kind of my stopping point, because I look at it and I go, this looks like a Warriors game. I don't like Warriors games.
It looks,
but then they show some of them running around and story parts of it, and I'm like, this looks really sick.
Yeah. What was the name of the book series? Do you remember?
I didn't know it was part of a book series.
Yeah, that's how they started off.
Based off it.
Yeah, that's how they started off the showcase for it. It's the bird. The bird that drinks tears. That's what it is. Yeah, because I looked it up last night when I watched that again. Because one thing I thought was kind of interesting is that apparently the author of this series, so it's a Korean epic, is what it is, a Korean epic fantasy series. Apparently, the writer for this is apparently nicknamed the J.R.R. Tolkien of South Korea. So I was like, that's quite the name. I'm gonna be honest, that's quite the praise right there, brother.
Yeah, because this is one where this game I was torn on because the look of the game, the design of the game, I'm 100% there for.
Yeah.
The gameplay I look at and I'm like, somebody says, I don't think I'm going to enjoy that. And the other half of me goes, I mean, I'm a big chicken fighting in a giant war.
Yeah, I know, right? It's wild. It's wild and stupid. I want to play that. No, that's on my radar. I'm excited for that game. That game looks cool.
It's 100% on my radar, but I'm not sold on if I'm going to enjoy the experience.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's very fair because it is definitely a unique looking experience. It really is.
Yeah, but it is one where I'm looking at that and I'm like, Project Windless is probably going to end up being a pickup for me whenever that game comes out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Just based on the design of it alone, I'm sold on.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise, we're going to have to find out.
Yeah, we got to see a little bit more. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'm here for it. It's wild, it's wacky. I think it's gonna be fun. And again, if apparently this guy is the J.R. Tolkien of South Korea, hey, that's big praise. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of story the game's gonna have, and it's not hopefully just gonna be mindless action. So I was like, I'm ready for it. I want to know more. This is a 1000% something I'm excited for. Something to kind of circle back to and shout out. Like I said, I think one of the biggest takeaways from this state of play was if you're a Konami fan, you're eating well. The whole Konami segment of things, obviously Silent Hill Township looks really cool. Or no, Townfall. Sorry, Townfall. Silent Hill Townfall looks really nice. I like it. I like the vibe. The setting of like this marine style town is really cool, really creepy. I like that we've finally gotten around to doing another volume of the Metal Gear Master Collection. This is a set of collections that I've wanted to get for a while, both the first one and now this one. Just mostly in dedication to my uncle. I've talked about that before. And I saw a lot of people just celebrate that the fourth game is no longer stuck in PS3 purgatory with that ticking time bomb of a cell processor. So shout out to that.
Accessibility in games, always a fan.
It. Yeah. And then New Castlevania. Hey, I hit that. That was one of my predictions. Let's go. New Castlevania.
New Castlevania is one where it's like, it's not. I've never been a Castlevania player.
Same.
I'm not one to.
I'm a Metroid player of that side.
Yeah, it's like not my style of game, as I've already kind of said this show. But it's one where, hey, bringing franchises back. I hope it does well.
Yeah.
I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I love seeing stuff all like continue on and do successful.
Yep.
I wouldn't have put money on it coming out, but you know what? I was glad to see it.
I whenever I made that call for the 40th anniversary, it was just a feeling that I had. It's like I feel like this is a year where we're gonna get a new Castlevania. So shout out to that. Shout out to Castlevania fans.
I mean, speaking of new, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. I saw everyone like getting super excited, at first where it's like, oh wait, never mind. It's just like a bigger version of the 6 game, whatever. And it's just like, and there's a new one. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
They're going about Dead or Alive 6 like rounded over. They spent a decent amount of time on it, and the entire time I'm like, Dead or Alive 6, cool, and that. I'm like, wait a second. What did they just say?
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, there's a new one in development. Oh wow, okay, cool. We're cooking. We're alive.
Speaking of what I didn't expect to come back.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, a lot of stuff's coming back recently. It's really nice. Got a new, actual new Castlevania. Konami's made their big return to gaming. Got a new Mega Man game. I thought Capcom forgot about that. Then you get a new Dead or Alive on the way. You got a remake of one Tomb Raider, another new Tomb Raider coming out. I mean, we got all sorts of stuff coming back. I know Tomb Raider had some games like in the Xbox One generation, but whatever. You get my point.
So
it was getting a little dicey.
Curiosity, was there anything else in this showcase that actually made you excited?
For me, we already hit the main ones because for me it was John Wick, God of War Trilogy, and Kenna was cool. Project Windless. After that, those are all the top, and after that we start dropping off. So the next thing for me was, it's a minor one. I'm glad we got the release date for Beast of Reincarnation. I'm excited for that game. And then the Resident Evil trailer. I know it's 2 weeks out, but it was cool to see. Capcom confirmed up front that Leon's infected, which was part of my yearly prediction here. So that was a cool trailer. After that, no. I mean, Ghost of Yotei Legends, cool. Looks. I mean, I know the first one did well. I'm not interested in playing it. Death Stranding, I just barely started the first one recently because it came to Game Pass. So nothing there. For Loop, I feel like that took way too long to the show. I know it's just a couple minutes, but it took way too long.
Much time on that.
Pragmata, hey, I did play that demo. Here's my take on it. I said it in last week's episode. The gameplay sold me enough to want to get the game, but it did not sell me enough to want to get the game day one. This is going to be a sell game for me. But it
see, it did the opposite for me.
It said, nah, I'm good. Legacy of Kain, Defiance Remastered, that was nothing for me. Brigidine Abyss, I mean, that's a franchise coming back. I didn't know it was a franchise. That's on me, I guess. So I have no comment on that one. It's a JRPG, so that automatically kind of makes me interested. Control Resonant just looks insane. It just looks insane. I don't have context. I need to play Control now that I guess I'm playing the Remedy games, but I got no context there. Crimson Moon kind of had me there for a minute, and then it kind of lost me. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Rayman, whatever. Mina the Hollower, a lot of people excited for that one. Neva Prologue,
I never played Neva, but it was apparently one of the premier indie games of that year.
Yeah. That Shinobi Ops looks kind of interesting, but it's not something I'm going to play.
It looked interesting, but it was too, I think, obscure for me.
Yeah. The Star Wars Galactic Racers, I mean, okay.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I personally don't care. Glad for people who are.
007 First Light, as cool as it looks when they show stuff happening in that game, I could not care less.
Yeah, I agree. If I was a big James Bond fan, it's the same thing with the Indiana Jones: The Great Circle. If I was a big indie fan, I'd be pumped as hell for that game. And same thing, I'm not a big James Bond guy, so I don't care.
Everything they show looks fantastic for it, but yes. I don't care.
I agree, 1000%. The game is going to absolutely cook. It's just not for me. That's fine. Let's see after that. Also, just shout out the Konami stuff again. Darwin's Paradox. I didn't mention that one. That was also shown. Marathon Server Slam. Are you going to possibly look at the Server Slam?
No.
No, okay.
Marathon is. I'm still just taking I'm not supporting it.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
This is a game I'm gonna just sit on the sidelines for this.
Okay, all right, fair enough. From what I've seen from people, it looks like they've made a lot of improvements to the game, but I'm still like I've said this before, it takes a very special multiplayer game to make me want to go try multiplayer games again, and Marathon's not going to be it. Although, man, dude, they got an insane voice cast. Did you see that?
No, Marathon came on and I stopped paying attention.
No, it wasn't even from this state of play. Like I saw it like a week or two ago. Like, dude, they have an insane voice cast, and for what reason, I don't know. Like I know Roger Clark is in it, which I actually heard him in the state of play. Let's see, Roger Clark, Jennifer English is in it, Neil Newborn's in it, and it's just like, dude, why are all you guys at Ben Stars in it? Like, why are you guys all in Marathon? Like,
they're trying to get good press.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They had some PlayStation Plus updates, whatever. I mean, I can say shout out for Zach, Time Crisis. That was the previous Gamestead Game of the Week, and then Tekken Dark Resurrection, a PSP game there. And then they look at Saros, which that's Housemarque's game coming out here in April.
It looks cool, but it's one where it looks cool. It looks fantastic. It's one where I don't think I can play it.
Yeah, no, it's the same for me. I mean, I think Returnal looks cool. Like, objectively, I can take my personal opinion. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a cool-looking game. It's just not for me. And that's how it is with Saros. Cool-looking game. Not for me, though. And then we got a release date for Marvel Token Fighting Souls. So, shout out to that. Coming out on August 6th. PC and PS5 showed X-Men, so...
more than the release date, they finally showed some more fucking characters.
Yeah.
We've only seen like the same 5 or 6 characters for like a year now.
Yeah, apparently, according to like some listing of the game's gonna launch with 20 characters or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they've been super like reluctant to show anything,
Yeah.
probably because it's gonna be like sets like this where they're gonna showcase the X-Men, and then in a few months we're gonna see the next batch of like 5 or 6 characters.
Yeah,
and just do it like that.
yeah. But no, I mean, overall, the state of play, like my one thing that I thought about, and I talked about today with a buddy, is like I feel like it missed potentially the massive home run hit. But then again, that's what I was curious about coming into talking to you was the remake that massive hit, home run hit, or is that just like, oh yeah, that's fucking awesome? You know what I mean? Like that's why I was wanting to talk to you about.
It's awesome. It's one where I think you have to be a God of War fan for it to be the home run.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
If you're curious, like if you're someone who has enjoyed the newer games and you want to play the originals at some point,
yeah,
then yeah, it's cool that you're gonna get to play a remade version of them in a few years, probably. It's like then it kind of goes from cool to fuck yeah if you're a fan of the originals.
Right.
So for me, like I said, this showcase was kind of whatever, and then became really fucking good.
Yeah. I do think just for the longest state of play ever, it was just kind of lost in some places, but had some cool stuff in others. Like I said, if you're a Konami fan, you're eating very, very well.
It's like there was a long Konami sequence, which, I mean, like we've said, it's like Konami decided to come back to gaming, and
great thing.
It has done wonders for their fan base. So it's great for them, but for people who aren't Konami fans, it's a lot of time taken up in the showcase.
Yeah, true. No, hey, at least it was better than that direct. So shout out to that. That direct was, oh man, that direct was something else, and that's coming from someone who is usually defending them in some capacity. That direct was trash. So at least it was better than that, because like you got Konami stuff, you got God of War Trilogy Remake, you got John Wick. I think John Wick was one of the biggest announcements from the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the one that that's going to be one of the ones from the showcase that people are just going to slowly build hype on.
Facts. Yeah. No. Overall, it was a fine state of play, I guess. I for me, it didn't have an extreme home run hitter, but obviously, if you're a fan of Konami or God of War, it did. So I guess in a way, it had a little bit of everything for someone. You know what I mean? You had your Ghost, you had Kenna, you got Konami stuff, you got a fighting chicken. So a little bit of everything. Got God of War, John Wick, Marathon if you're into Marathon, you're into Bungie stuff, whatever. So I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. Anything else you want to talk about the state of play? Are you ready to go through the weekly wrap up?
No, I think we can move on.
Okay. All right. Let me hit both ad shout outs real quick. I'll do both at the same time. So first, shout out some Rogue Energy. Use our referral link down below. Use promo code SPARK30 to get 10% off your order. They got a better sale going on. No big deal. Use our referral link. You still helping out the brand. Whether you're picking up the hydration, energy, or the chill line, they're all fantastic. We recommend all of them. So make sure to go check them out, as well as go over check out Sparky3shop.com. Pick up some merch. Like the 7 out of 10 is a good game, which is what I was just talking about earlier with stuff like Banishers, A Ghost of a New Eden. That it's going to be a solid 7 out of 10 game. I'll have a great time. There's nothing wrong with 7 out of 10. So go pick up some merch, and we'd appreciate that extra support. All right, let's start going through the weekly wrap up and finish up the show. Like I said, since it's just a recorded thing, it's gonna be a little bit shorter show today. No big deal. Shout out to this Highguard situation, dude. Jeff Keighley did this game no favors, brother. Lord have mercy.
I think it's a like kind of a perfect storm of Jeff Keighley not doing them any favors, but also giving them the perfect excuse.
Yeah. No, big facts. So most of the dev team has already been apparently laid off. It has not gone well with launch. It peaked at about 97K on Steam. I don't obviously know what it did with the Xbox and PlayStation. It was after that, it was only averaging 4 to 5, and that has since gone down. Like recent stats as of today, the February 13th, 24-hour peak was 29.22, and today was about around 1700. So not great numbers at all. I did not get on and try it. I decided it was not for me after kind of watching some more on it and getting some kind of feedback. Because like some of the feedback that I saw where it's like, okay, yeah, I could see where I probably wouldn't have fun with that. Is that a lot of people, when they actually played it, they felt like the 3v3 approach on that size of maps that were given did not work. That it needed to at least be a 4v4, if not a 5v5. And they even added a 5v5 mode for a weekend in like quick response of, oh shit, like we're getting a lot of negative feedback. Put out that 5v5 mode. It was just for a weekend thing. Everyone said, okay, yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is better. And it's like, okay, we're going to keep it permanent mode. We're going to keep it permanent mode. It's like, all right, cool. But at that point, the damage was kind of done. And all the feedback that I saw from people is that, like, this is not a situation of, oh, we're going to trash this game to trash this game. It's that, no, it's just, it was not a very fun game. Like, the core element of it wasn't that fun. It was okay. Like, that's kind of the feedback I've seen.
But go ahead and go through what they've said on it, because I got a question to pose to you.
Okay. Yeah, so
after the context.
Yeah, so there was one developer that had an interview with IGN, and I did pull a few quotes that I thought was kind of interesting reading through the full article. If you want to go through the full article, like I said, it was an IGN article with interviewing this developer. So like one thing said is that we were turned into a joke from minute one, largely due to false assumptions about $1 million ad placement, which even prominent journalists soon began to state as fact. So that's one quote I thought was interesting. Another one was, within minutes, it was decided this game was dead on arrival and creators now had free rage bait content for a month. Every one of our videos on social media got downvoted to hell. Comment sections were flooded with copy-paste phrases such as Concord 2, Titanfall 3 died for this. At launch, we received over 14,000 review bombs from users with less than an hour of playtime. Many didn't even finish the required tutorial. And another one, in discussions online about Highguard, Concord, and 2XKO and such, it is often pointed out by gamers that devs like to blame gamers for their failures, and that's silly. As if gamers have no power, but they do, a lot of it. I'm not saying our failure is purely the fault of the gamer culture, and the game would have thrived without the negative discourse, but it absolutely played a role. All products are at the whims of the consumers, and the consumers put absurd amount of effort into slandering Highguard, and it worked. So those are 3 quotes from the total article I pulled that I thought was interesting. Like I said, if you want to go read it more and get some more quotes and context, feel free. It's an IGN article. So what is your question involving? What's your thought with the Highguard situation?
Because a lot of it is talks around the month-long period of like people being able to just kind of essentially dunk on the game.
Yeah.
Based off of what we saw at Game Awards.
Yep.
My question is, do you think that they're at fault for it? Because why did we have to go silent for a month?
Okay, the silence thing, yeah, dude. That there is no way that's excusable.
You put out a trailer. It's like you put your trailer out. Keeley put you at the end of the showcase. You would think once that decision was made, somebody there would have gone, we have to step up our game now because of being put there. We can't do the silent thing anymore.
Yeah, we've got to hire a social media rep or manager. We have to do something. Like, I think like it was crazy to me. There was no post from that account until the day before launch.
They said nothing about it. It's like they just sat there and watched people dunk on the game and didn't say a fucking word.
Yeah.
It's like they just let it sit there and let the like vitriol build. And It's like, why is nobody jumping on your social media accounts? Why is nobody posting like hype packages on your social media or on your YouTube channel or anything? Why is nobody doing anything to combat this?
Yeah, like
this feels like the easiest thing to have tried to remedy. Instead, you just let people build and form an opinion before the game came out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Without fighting back at all.
Yeah, because like I feel like you could have done something, whether if it was just do extended like character introductions, because like that was one people's complaints is that they said that they felt like all the characters were bland and boring. That could be true. I don't know. Nothing about the characters stick out as like over the top graphical uniqueness and artistically, like let's say Overwatch. The top of the hero shooter genre. But it's like at least in that build up, introduce all these characters to you, right? Because like they're all named and they're all prominent, like they're all focused, like let's introduce that. Let's introduce maps in like standalone videos more. Like let's be active on social media because like you just said, like they just let everyone form an opinion before anything happens, and just sit there and just let it marinate and cook.
One of the other things I found kind of interesting is pointing out, oh yeah, look at all the review bombing we got from people with less than an hour of playtime. Some of them didn't even finish the tutorial. It's like, okay, well, you refused to tell us what this game was. So then by the time people get their hands on the game and see it, they may not make it to the tutorial because they get to there and they go, oh, I wish I would have known that's what this game was.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, and then they feel like they've been like baited into playing it. Granted, yeah, free to play game, don't have to spend money to play it and all that. But at the same time, nobody's going to be happy about spending the time to download a game, like potentially getting excited for it, and then once you get into it, go, oh, they didn't tell me that this is what it actually was.
Right, right. Yeah,
so it's one where again keeping silent for that month and trying to hope that like people would just build excitement from nothing. All you did was you did yourself no favors. You like dug a pit and hoped that they wouldn't kick you into it.
Yep. Basically. I mean, that's basically correct. 1000%. Because it's like the people that's actually played the game and have talked about it objectively and not just said, oh, this is slop, this is crap, which I got to say, random tangent. The word slop has become one of my most annoyed phrases in game review stuff. Anyway, not going to dive into that. But like so many people that's actually played it and played it for extended period of time and said there are good ideas here. It's just it feels like there are elements to the game like this game should not have come out when it did. Like maybe this game came out later this fall, right? And then maybe it could have been a lot better.
A lot of what I've heard is the game. If the game spent or took like another year, it probably would have been fine.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have done crazy numbers, but it would have been a successful free to play game.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was a lot of stuff that I've seen from people that's actually played it and giving a genuine like critical thinking opinion of there's good ideas here, but there's some things that's not properly executed. Because one of the biggest ones that I saw consistently is, hey, 3v3 on these maps don't work. Like this, like maps need to get smaller. You need to add more people to the team. One of the two. Like this is not working. So that was one of the consistent complaints that I saw, which then to further proof that it was a legit complaint, like immediately, hey, we got a 5v5 mode. Hey, you got a 5v5 mode. It's here for the weekend. Go play it. Everyone played it and said, okay, yeah, this is cool. This is better. And then they kept it. It's like, oh yeah, it was temporary. Now it's not. We're keeping it. We're keeping it. It feels like a lot of just reactive responses versus kind of being proactive. So I don't know. Like, I hate to see this shit happen. Like, I know it can get memed on, but like, I do hate to see this shit happen because these are like devs that like spent years on this game just for it to get trashed immediately. But like, again, you didn't do yourself any favors. You didn't defend yourself at all. You didn't promote the game. You got a free ad spot because Jeff really supported you and liked you, which respect to Jeff for that. But like, then you didn't like Jeff threw you the layup and you didn't dunk it. You know what I mean? That's what happened.
It's like, yeah, he threw it up for you, and you kind of just watched it go.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I was supposed to jump, wasn't I? My bad.
Yeah, but it's one where I hate to see it happen, but it's one where if given the opportunity, I'll never understand the silence for a month and just watching people complain.
Facts. Back, especially when it's like silence for a month and your game's coming out that month. If it was like silence for a month, but the game's coming out in fall, okay, that's fine. But like your game's coming out, what are you doing?
So there could have been an intern who had nothing to do where you're get on social media and just do anything.
Go meme. Go be a troll. Like, people love that these days.
Go do anything and like try to get a little bit of support here.
Yeah, exactly.
But they didn't do anything.
No. Shout out to Highguard. We get a game like this, what feels like every year. Last year was Mind's Eye. This year is Code Violet and Highguard. So we've got 2 for this year so far. So shout out to that. Anyway, next thing involving more layoffs. Riot has announced layoffs for 2XKO, unfortunately. Saying
seems a little early.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because
it just came out.
Dude, this game did so well at Evo, didn't it? Like that's what I thought.
It's like it's one where the fighting game community has been pretty excited about it, but it's also one where it's like this game's been out for a month.
Yeah, and
how are we saying it hasn't built momentum yet? It hasn't had time.
Yeah, that Riot saying that it hasn't had enough overall momentum to support a team of that size long term is what they said. And I was like, dude, the game just came out. I was like, I thought all the reviews that I've seen in my timeline, like out of Evo, is like, oh yeah, 2XKO was a lot of fun because I don't watch Evo, you do, but like all the reviews that I saw coming out of it is, oh yeah, Evo's fun. Sorry, 2XKO was fun.
It's one where it's like it's a lot of fun. I've had fun with what I've played of it, and it's like it's exciting, but it's one where I look at this and I'm like, what's the point of getting the team together and letting them spend years working on it and then not giving them time for the game to catch on?
I feel like for them to do this, my only guess is, man, they had to have like horrendous numbers, like horrendous player counts. Like that's my only guess for why
it's either that or they had like always planned for the layoffs and just didn't say anything.
That's also true too. So I don't know. Hate to see that, man, because like that seemed like it was going to be such a unique and cool fighting game, from someone that doesn't watch fighting games, but hearing from you guys and seeing through word of mouth, whatever. So I don't know, it's an unfortunate situation there. Embracer Group says that they release, quote, long-awaited title in fiscal year 27, which is going to be, of course, April of this year to March of next year. Honestly, it's probably just Darksiders 4 is what they're referring to, which was obviously announced, but who knows? Maybe it's a new Metro game. I don't know. I've never played the Metro games, but everyone says they're fantastic. So maybe I need to put that on my radar at some point. Gothic 1 Remake is also set to launch June 5th, which for someone did clarify that Embracer's, long-awaited title is not Gothic 1. That is literally in their full document, so it's still something else. Like I said, it's probably Darksiders 4, but who knows? This is kind of exciting. This was cool. Got some 100-line news for you. Apparently, an animated series is in the works over at Netflix, being run by the DMC showrunner, and it will be a prequel to the games. Shout out to that. And then the 100-line creator says that he wants to keep the game going for around 10 years and have over 400 endings. Psychopath.
for someone who, like, 6 months ago was talking about I never want to do a game like this. He never wants to stop it.
Yeah, he just wants to keep 100 lines going forever.
He doesn't want to make another one because he just never wants to work on anything else.
Yeah, I respect it, man. This guy's a psychopath.
100 line is his magnum opus, and he's like, I'm never gonna do anything that beats this.
Yeah, I'm never gonna do anything to this scale, so I've gotta just keep running with it for now. I love it, man. If you haven't played 100 Line, go play it. It's a good game, and it's gonna keep on growing. So shout out to 100 Line, dude. Got very overlooked last year, especially because it came out the same day as Expedition 33, which did it no favors. But either way, it's such a fun game, and you should 1000% go play it. FromSoft's parent company did confirm that Dustbloods will be launching in 2026. They also did mention that Elden Ring Tarnished Edition will be launching as well, but that's kind of, I feel like that one's more expected than the Dustbloods. Dustbloods is kind of floating on the fence there on if it was going to be a 2027 release or 2026, but will be a 2026 release for the Switch 2. Diablo 2, yes! Diablo 2, I said that number correct, got a new update, Reign of the Warlock, and it's out right now. When I saw that in my timeline, I had to do a double check. I'm like, did that say Diablo 2? Am I tripping? Nope, Diablo 2 got an update. Shout
I'm
out.
not too surprised by it because Diablo 2 still has a massive community behind it. It's still it Diablo 2 to a lot of people is still considered like the gold standard.
Yeah, the GOAT. Yeah. No, I mean they got the Warlock class and Diablo 4 also got it added, but I got to tell you, the Diablo 4 portion of that news got so lost in my timeline.
Yeah.
It was all Diablo 2 and everyone's like, "Holy shit, I got an update."
Everybody's excited about Diablo 2.
Yeah.
It's more power to them.
Yeah, facts. Resident Evil 5 has got an ESRB rating recently, pointing to potentially the next remake. That makes sense in the numbered portions of the franchise that would be next in line, but there are some other games that could also be next in line as well, like Code Veronica and stuff. But either way, shout out. Apparently, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green could be getting paid ports to the Switch, not coming to NSO, but separate releases completely. I'm so done with Kanto.
I wouldn't pay more than $10 for that.
So I was gonna ask you, what would be the price? Like,
I wouldn't pay more than $10 for that.
that's my mindset.
You know how many times I've played these goddamn games? You know how many times I bought these games?
You know how many times I've played Kanto? I'm done with it. I don't want to play Kanto anymore. I'm done.
If you give me a cartridge of Fire Red or Leaf Green, I'll pay $10 for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Any higher than that, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like I already got it. I'm good. And don't get me wrong, I understand they're worth a lot of money. They're going for like $200 I get it. Yeah. But like, I've already played these 1,000 times.
I do not need to buy them again. Do not charge me.
I feel like
do not charge me goddamn $30 for that.
I feel like it's gonna be $30. I think it's gonna be $30.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be $30. Yeah. I'm not buying it.
It's gonna be $30 a piece. They're gonna be separate releases.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and it will have apparently home connectivity, so that's cool. ZA still doesn't have home connectivity. That's not cool. No, I'm tired. I'm tired of Kanto. I say that, and I am looking forward to Pocopia, but that's a unique take on it. That's completely unique and different. But like a standard Pokemon game in Kanto, like Let's Go or this going back to Fire Red Leaf Green, couldn't care less. The only way you could ever get my ass going back to Kanto is that if you re-release like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then I go back to Kanto in the second part of the game. That's the only way at this point. I don't give a shit.
I'm over Kanto. Kanto, I get why they keep going back to it.
I do too.
I'm tired of it.
I agree. So we'll probably see that at Pokemon Day. So we'll see. This was like reported by like some of the in the know leakers, like the cringe leakers that I follow, unfortunately. So I saw it from one of them, and I'm like, fuck, this is probably happening. Whatever.
Been all over my timeline too.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a rumor that Blizzard is set to revive StarCraft as a shooter with the Arc Raiders owner Nexon. I mean, I feel like you could just bring StarCraft back as StarCraft, but I mean, if you want to put a unique twist on it, I think that'd be cool too for StarCraft fans.
I've been seeing this like floating around my timeline for a while now, and I've never been a StarCraft guy.
Me either.
So it's one where if you do it, cool.
Yeah. At least StarCraft fans get something. At least they get something, There was a new video for Black Myth. I don't remember how to pronounce this.
Zhang Q, I think.
Zhang Q for Chinese New Year.
Something like that.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot in the video, but I mean, hey, we shout out Black Myth Wukong for 5 years straight, so might as well shout out that we got a 6-minute video here.
Yeah.
Directive 8020, which that is from the Until Dawn creators, part of the Dark Picture anthology, that will be set to come out May 12th. It has been delayed a little bit. It was supposed to come out last October, got delayed to I think February, got delayed again now, and it will be officially launching May 12th of this year. That is one that I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a space horror, so I'm looking forward to picking that up and seeing what we got cooking there. But that's all of the news that I got. I didn't pull every bit of news that I saw in the world since it's going to be a shorter episode. I just pulled, I feel like, notable things. You got anything to shout out?
Not really.
All right, Gamestetic Game of the Week. What we got? Let's wrap it up.
Gamestetic Game of the Week. Going to be a little unorthodox this week because normally we do singular games. But in light of some news this week, I'm going a little outside the box with the standard way that we do it. Gamestetic Game of the Week. I'm going to do the God of War original trilogy.
There you go.
As a whole. It's just because it's topical. I had already been thinking about the games recently, and especially with the news, it's just got me excited about it. God of War, the original trilogy is the Greek, essentially the Greek storyline that got the popularity of Kratos there. The story of him essentially starting his path of revenge to finishing it out and being sent on his way to where we eventually find him in God of War 2018. It is one where in those games I will always recommend going back and playing them. I don't know how they feel in the year 2026 going back and playing the original games.
Fair.
I would still recommend doing it. And it is one where if you're a little hesitant of doing it, I would always keep them on your radar because we do have the remakes coming out. They're some of my favorite games of all time. Just because it holds a special place in my heart. I grew up playing them, and like I said, it's fun. Especially back in those days, you didn't normally like. There were games where you got to play as you got to pick how you wanted to play them. You could be the bad guy. You could do whatever. This game, it was hard to tell if you were the good guy or not because you were just an angry man slinging some chain blades around, killing everything in your path while screaming.
Yes,
and it was glorious.
A lot of screaming.
It was glorious, and I loved it. I do highly recommend them, especially if you are a fan of the newer games. Like we've mentioned multiple times today and in the past, especially with like Alex here, because I will always recommend them, especially to fans of the newer games if you haven't played the originals, because it'll give you the chance to see where the character came from and why the fans of the original games get so emotional with the new version of Kratos.
Yeah.
And why we say it's such a departure and such a character growth of it. So I do highly recommend going back and playing them however you can, whether it be originals or trying out the PlayStation streaming, whatever.
The PlayStation Plus premium. Premium classics catalog. It works.
Yeah, whichever way you go to find it, they are great, kind of like hack and slash, just action games, like action adventure games. A lot of fun. Highly recommend. One of my favorite characters of all time.
Shout out. And if you are like me and you've only really played the newer ones, I feel like going back can really make you help you appreciate that 2018 one a lot more. So yeah. Shout out. Gamestead Game of the Week, the God of War Trilogy. I feel like that's already a very strong contender for the Nostalgia Award at the Gamestead Awards this year. But then again, Sonic 06 won last year, so who knows?
Yeah. It was one where it's like, you messaged me earlier, you're like, you want to do Gamestead Game of the Week? I'm like, all I'm thinking about is God of War now.
So, perfect. Hey, there's nothing wrong with doing a big one. I mean, I did, like I said, Alan Wake 2 last week, and that's a pretty damn big game.
It's one where a lot of times I try to, I try to pick my weird games and that, but sometimes the timing is just right.
Yeah, the timing's just right, and you just got to hit it. So I respect it. Gamestead Game of the Week, God of War Trilogy. Shout out. All right, music's hit. I know you can't hear it, but final thoughts, brother.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. If you like what you saw with us here, we usually do these live streams, or not a live stream, but we'll be back doing live streams in the next, week or so. So come check us out then.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that support. Yeah, we should be live next week on the 21st. I don't foresee any reason why not, but you never know with us. After that, 28th, Resident Evil Requiem, I'll be playing that, so looking forward to that. Also, shout out to everyone who's been subscribing recently. We've had a random jump of subscribers just like this week alone, like random jump. I don't know why. Appreciate it though. It's cool. But yeah, go check out anything we got on the channel. I still got to get my rankings for last year's games that I played up. The video's done and literally uploaded. I just need to go make a dang thumbnail. That's on me. So I'm gonna put that up probably here in the next few days. Let me know your thoughts on the state of play. What would you take away from it? And let me know your thoughts on the Highguard situation as well. All right, guys. Have a good one. See you next week.